Three, two, one. YouTubers. 24 hours inside prison. Let's do it from the start, right? 24 hours before you go to jail or before you get locked up. This is what's happening. Usually it's not from court. You get bail refused, whatever, because of your record. You know you've been locked up before. So you're just out with your friends. You're like, let's do this, let's do that. Someone rings you up or they want to fuck around or you got no money and you know what I mean? Oh, let's go rob this place. Let's go do that. Little do you know, tomorrow you won't be free anymore. You won't be around your family. You won't be around your kids. You won't be around your friends. They're just going to be off robbing with someone else. You're going to be arrested. You're going to be in jail. See you in 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. Doesn't matter. Even 6 months. Who gives? That's a chunk of your fucking life that you're not getting back. And you can't repeat life. Just remember that. All right, so you're just doing whatever. You know, you're doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Like someone could fuck around right now, go out and I think, all right, instead of just letting him get away with it and do whatever, I chop him, brings the police, I'm doing 3 years because I cracked his skull. You know what I mean? Or he hits his head on the ground, I'm doing 8 years. Just, things can happen in an instant. Remember that. Let people win. Let people fucking win. I wish I let so many people win in my life and I was the weakest fighter and everybody thought I was the weakest cunt and that's it. You know what I mean? But my daughter thinks I'm a hero, so that's all that matters and I know 100 I can protect her. That's all I got to do. Next. Right, so you get arrested, right? All of a sudden, bang, you're fucking under arrest. If you've got an addiction, you've got some sort of fucking, you know what I mean? Bang, you're in handcuffs, you're going. You've either got shit on you that's not put away like where police are gonna find it. If you're known to use drugs or whatever, they're gonna do a full search and shit. If you don't have it checked or you can't get it checked, you're gonna have another charge there anyway, and you're gonna lose your shit. You're gonna go into withdrawals, depression, anxiety. You're gonna wanna fucking end your, you know, you're gonna wanna think, fuck this, like end of life, all this shit. If you haven't been to jail before, you don't know what to expect now. So you know what I mean? Your anxiety's like fucking crazy. If you've been to jail a few times, you feel comfortable, which is fucking terrible. That's the worst thing you could do, is feel comfortable with where you're going, but not having any upgrades of whatever your addiction is, it's fucked. You got to come off it now. You know what I mean? All that fucking woo is gone. You know what I mean? 5 weeks of that for 5 years of nothing. So anyway, you go to the police station, you get booked in, you go into a little fish tank, like just say the size of this couch with like this much space in front of it. Like you could stand up, but you couldn't take 2 steps each way. You know what I mean? So you're sitting there for hours and hours. Then they book you in. They put you in a bigger cell. Now you can't see anyone. You might get put in with someone. You might have a little talk. Most places you got no TV, you got nothing, you know what I mean? You're waiting for this little McDonald's meal at night. You don't know the time, which is even more fucked, you know what I mean? So you're gonna lay there all fucking night, you're gonna wake up, they're gonna wake you up real early, you're gonna feel like shit. They're gonna ask you if you want a shower to go to court, for bail court or whatever. If you have a shower, you gotta put your dirty undies back on and your dirty clothes back on and shit. It's ruthless, you know, and it's like 6 in the morning or some shit like that. You're tired as. Take you to court. You sit in a court cell downstairs all day. Back in the day, no one had TVs, no nothing. So you're just sitting in a fucking blank room all day thinking about how long you're doing. Please let me out, please let me out, please let me out, I won't do this again. All that bullshit. Go upstairs, judge says, nah, see you in 6 weeks, see you in 3 months. You're like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean for 6 weeks? What do you mean 3 months? So you're gone. Right, so now you gotta sit around for hours, wait for a truck. Truck's gonna take you, right? So this is now, it's been about 24 hours. You rock up at Surrey Hills or a police centre where they're holding you because the jails are full and they've got to make a bed for you in the jail. So now, some people have been in places like this for weeks, but even days is super fucked. You're gonna have people there hanging out. They're gonna be there yelling out, please help me, like all this shit. You're gonna be in a cell with a bunch of blokes who can't change their clothes for days. It's gonna stink. People are just gonna lay around. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to read. There's nothing to watch. Boys have little 1 hour conversations and it's just like sitting there doing laps. But the more you move around, the more stuffy you get, the more sweaty you get, the more stinky you get. It's fucking putrid, right? So you could be there for weeks sometimes. You get a jail dinner. You can't even eat it because the food, the quality of food has gone bottom of the barrel from up here. So you can't even stomach it. As much as you might be hungry, you take 2 bites. You take 2 bites, feel like shit, like absolute shit. Let's put a picture of a jail food in there. You gotta put your hand up so when I look back through I can find it. But anyway, so that's how putrid it's getting. Right, you're trying to eat, you can't eat, you're hungry, you're tired, you're cranky, you're upset, you're hanging out, you feel sick, you're anxious, all this shit. You're thinking about your family, you can't ring anybody, you know what I mean? You get one phone call, it's fucking like, you know what I mean? Oh, Chief, my phone call. You're begging for it. Then you're begging just to get to the jail. Like, you're so happy just to get to the jail. They put you on the truck, you get to the jail. You sit in reception for hours. Fucking hours. Go through all these questionnaires and shit. Finally, you think, yes, I've got a cell. Now, Darcy's the worst place you can fucking go. Reception pod, used to have no TV, no nothing. You're going to be with everyone screaming all night, hanging out, fucking all that shit, right? Cranky, upset, they've just been locked up, they've got to, you know, do all that shit. Anyway, so you're going into this little cell, bunk bed, there's room to like walk, sort of, it's like a little bathroom or a laundry size. You got a shower in there, you don't have thongs yet, right? So you got to try and use your spare sheet or something, put it on the ground to fucking have a shower and shit, you know what I mean? But like I used to wear thongs at Long Bay and it still doesn't matter because the water hits the ground and it splashes on your feet. If you think your feet aren't going to get wet, it just transfers straight onto your feet, you know, and you don't want your feet on that. Cunts have pissed in it, spewed, shat, like all that shit. It's putrid. The cells don't get cleaned. You'll go in there and the cell will be filthy. Cockroaches running around. As soon as that light goes out, you turn the light off for 10 minutes, turn it back on, there's probably 20 cockroaches walking around the room. Imagine when you're sleeping, right? So that's putrid, right? But you're feeling like it's better than, now I can't wait to get to the wing, right? And this is the fuck thing. By the time you get to the wing, you're so fucking happy that you finally got to a wing that you think it's good. But it's not. You're just comparing it. See, they should just lock you up and put you straight in the wing and you'd be like, this is fucked. But they don't. They put you in the shitter place and they make it a little bit better and a little bit better, even though they're putrid places. By the time you get there, you think it's good. Your interpretation now is this is mad because I've just spent a week in hell. And that's the wrong impression they should give you, you know what I mean? But they don't care. They don't care. They want you back there. They want to keep their jobs. And you getting out doing crime, you not becoming a better person inside, makes it fucking even better for them. You're letting them win. You think they want you to behave, they fucking don't give a fuck if you behave. You behave, you get out, you don't come back, and everybody else does that, they're out of a fucking job. You win. You win. Your family wins. You know what I mean? By behaving. They act like they want you to do that. Fucking great, you know what I mean? But if you really did that, they're the ones that lose and you're the one that wins. Be a winner. Anyway, so this is now your first 24 hours in the wing, right? Now you're thinking, what the fuck, you know? You could get sent to any wing. Now this is the funny thing. You get questioned before you go up there. A lot of people, they go on, and this is New South Wales. I don't know about other states, right? People in New South Wales, unless you're a dog or a S offender, then that's putrid. Anyone else has really no right to talk anything about anyone because everybody has friends everywhere. But most of the people that talk, like the Trumps and all the fucking, you know, biggest, not really the Trumps, because the officers already know who they are and shit, but people with clubs and fucking gang families and crime families and gangs and shit like that, they literally tell the screw, oh, I'm with these cunts, I'm with those cunts. That's why you never see them get put into a pod of other people. They always get put with their own people because they've told the screws who they're with. You know what I mean? Or they get put in NA, which is the worst of the worst. The scummiest people go there. And the reason they do that is because they want to act like they weren't in the boneyard. But that's the worst fucking boneyard you could go to. You know what I mean? You could go to SMAP and, you know, there might be a couple of dogs there or people with dramas or people that own money or shit like that, you know? Or just people that are scared. People that just come in scared, right? So, and they could take them out. You could go in there, you could take them out. Or you could walk into a wing, not say I'm from this club, go into your ops wing and fucking take one of them out. You might get put in a cell with one of them after locking, take one of them out, go to Segro. You're a sick cunt, you know what I mean? You got big balls, you got a big rep then. You know what I mean? Cunts are like fucking, yeah. You're a legend then. You don't do that, you go, oh, they put me in NA, you get put in, and they all just act like, oh, yeah, me too, bro, me too. Bro, it's, believe me, 90% of them, you have to give a name or a fucking club to go to NA. Same as LA, unless you have putrid charges. So LA means limited association, NA means non-association, and SMAP means special management. I used to think it meant area protection, special management area program. So it's just really for people with dramas, and then it's for like dogs and pets, and then it's for like the putrid of the putrid. Even the LAs would take you out. But I don't know why they just don't go take someone out there or take someone out there, or, but it's just this, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Anyway, who cares? Because you know what? The main, SMAP, LA, NA, it's all stupid, it's all putrid. Like, people think it's not. Vesta Fernando, right? Walks around in the main. One of the most putrid inmates, criminals to ever walk the face of Australia. 100%. Walks around like nothing. But then there's people in SMAP, LA, NA, like all of them. All of them have putrid people in it. There's none of them that don't, right? So, yeah, just don't tell. Don't do S offences, and don't fucking, what's the other one? Who knows? Anyway, just don't be putrid. Next, go home to your family safe. Believe me, everybody in there, nothing matters what they think, who they are, what they act like, anything like that. Let's say your family and you're going to be in the wing with them, stick up for each other. Just get out a better person, get out safe, whatever you've got to do. You know what I mean? Except for tell, because you signed up to be a crim. You know what I mean? You signed up to be a crim. If you're not a fucking crim and you in there on false allegations or false bullshit, and you tell and you go home, I'm sure no one will ever probably get you, but I don't know. I'm not encouraging it. But if you signed up to be a criminal and you're doing crime, don't fucking tell. End of story. Because otherwise, you know, and you go to jail, that's where you deserve. You knew you were playing the game, so don't act like you don't deserve to be there. Anyway, so you're 24 hours now. If you get put in the wing, if you haven't told them that you're with some club or some, I mean, like, over half the system. Do you know who doesn't say anything? Just like people with no dramas, people who don't run in on people on the outside, people who aren't with gangs, people who aren't with clubs, just like junkies and shit. They've got no reason to say anything to anyone. You know what I mean? So they're like probably the most people that are least likely to say something in there are people that aren't walking around acting like they're somebody. Anyway, other than that, your first day, you're going to get out now, you know. I remember my first time in, I was like, fuck, what's out there, you know? You'll come out to the yard. Now you're about to find out who the fuck's in the yard. You know what I mean? Dangerous thing about remand, the yard changes almost daily. So people can rock up, go. So, you know, if you're just like a Unky J, or you just, you know, do breaks or something, you know, you just really, I'm not saying you're a nobody and you don't mean something to somebody, but in the criminal world, you just, you know, you're insignificant. That's a good place to be in there. People of significance and people with names and shit, if they haven't told and got put with their own people so that they're in a pod where they run the pod and they're sweet, then fucking, you know what I mean? Then I guess fucking, yeah. I just lost my train of thought. Who cares? Awkward silence. Yeah, so you're going to get out. This is what happens. 24 hours, right? Morning time. Sometimes they'll give you your cereal pack the night before. Morning you'll get your milk, right? Open your cereal pack, it's like this big. If you pour a bowl of cereal now, you probably get less than half of that as your cereal pack. You've got free teas, free coffees, and 7 sweeteners in there. So you got all day to use that. 300ml milk. Used to be a 300ml milk, is now like, I think it's like 150 mils of milk with 150 mils of water. So it's just watered down milk. It even says in the ingredients, milk, water. It's just watered down milk. Like, how do they even get away with this? Anyway, so you're gonna get out. They'll do pills, methadone in the morning, whoever's on them. You will go do them, whatever, but you will be out in the yard, walking around. Some places they'll lock you out in the yard and you won't have wing access. More of the newer jails, you might have wing access where you can walk in and out of your cell. Yes, you go out, you train, boys will play cards, boys will do laps. A lot of boys, you know, first thing in the morning, they're all trying to get on. They're all trying to go and have a hot shay, or half the boys used to smoke or snort as well, but now it's gone to the gutter now. You know what I mean? It's really gone to the gutter in there now. So yeah, stay away from addiction. Stay away from the card games, gambling, all that shit. You know, you can play cards without gambling, but just don't gamble. Next thing, boys might cook toast or something. Lunch will come. Good thing to do is train, morning and arvo, right? Lunch will come. Most remand jails, they're gonna lock you in. Sentence jails, you usually stay out. So you're gonna lock in for an hour, eat your lunch, watch some stupid show, get back out for a couple of hours, or you make phone calls to your family, to your legals, to whatever. So you're gonna go back out till 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. Between them times in some jails, you get out 8:30 to 9 in the morning. So you got it's like a 6-hour day, but you're locked in for an hour. So you get 5 hours out, so 19 hours down. You lock back in, you get your dinner, little dinner tray like that. It's about 1.5 inches tall, about that wide. It's not a man's meal. It's like something you'd put in your kid's lunchbox. Anyway, you'll get that with an apple or something, locked in. Now all night you're gonna sit there. Most cells have a TV now, and you're just gonna lay there. You can't walk around. You can't really do anything. Most of the cells, when you're not in the reception bit, some of them are 2 out where it's bunks, and you just really can't move at all. The guy on the top bunk is gonna be laying down trying to watch the telly. Everyone else, it's just a fucked up situation. You got a shower in there. You're just gonna lay. You're just gonna become lazy. You know what I mean? Do nothing. Try and read. Try and educate yourself. Try and meditate. Do anything that's gonna make you a better person. Now, if you were to work, you're in work all day. On a court day, this is like old school, right? They'll wake you up at 4:30 in the morning, take you down to reception. So you're there from 5 a.m., right? Get dressed, whatever. They'll strip search you, get dressed into your court clothes, unless you want to wear your greens. Then you'll go sit in a cell for hours. Then they'll put you on a truck. You'll drive to your courthouse. Sit there all fucking day. You go up for 5 minutes, come back down, sit there all fucking day. No TV. 2 sandwiches at lunch. That's it. That's your day. By the time you get back, you're back about, when court finishes, you'll get back 6 p.m. or something. That by the time you get back to your cell, it's 7 or 8 p.m., sometimes even 9. Right, so you've spent from 4:30 a.m. getting woken up. Now you're back in your cell at 9 p.m. for a fucking 5-minute fucking court appearance. Dead set. You've just sat all day doing nothing. You feel seedy. You feel like shit. You're starving. Yeah, so that's crap. Court date, everything, 24 hours inside is putrid. Now imagine years inside. 24 hours inside is absolutely putrid. Doesn't matter where you are. Those boys out there that go, oh, this jail's all right, bro. We did it mad here. We did it mad there. But if you did it so mad in jail, because I'll tell you what, I had drops, I had everything in there, right? And it was still shit compared to the outside. So if you're just comparing it to any regular day of your life and you think it was mad, then you're a fucking onky. Like you're a proper gronk. You know what I mean? And you've got nothing in life. And that's shit. And I don't encourage that. And I'm not saying you're a shit person. I'm saying there's better things out there for you. So go look for them. If you think jail was good or any day of jail was good, you need to fucking get outside and start doing shit, and you'll find out how shit jail really is. To have a good life. Everybody, even my enemies, I wish you all a fucking great life. Like, to be honest, I do. The more good people and good energy there are in the world, you know what I mean? Like, life's too short for enemies. Fuck having enemies. You know what I mean? Putrons, get rid of them. They're the only enemies I need. Other people, whatever you've done to me, whatever I've done to you, all is forgiven. Whatever I've done to you, all is forgiven as well. So get over it. Nah, but honestly, yeah. Everyone just be positive, It's been a hard week this week for me, but still trying to remain positive. So yeah, I hope that helps you all, enlightens you, gives you some insight on what jail's like. 24 hours inside jail, that's for remand sentence, you know what I mean? Sentences are very similar. I haven't been to minimum, so I wouldn't know. Yeah. End of story. You can go now.